these cops are out here arresting people just for breaking the law. Man, these tyrants are out of control, bruh. I thought you were a lawyer, now you say you can rap. Well, I've listened to your record, maybe go take a nap. The rhymes you're spitting out, they make you sound like a nut. Your latest track, it's got less views now than Cereal's butt. Well, you say you're just a man who wants to smoke at some weed, but you smoked yourself stupid, boy, get the help that you need. You think you could be like Tom McDonald, be an internet star? The problem is your brain's so tiny, it would fit in this jar.
It's a frivolous lawsuit.
You know you're gonna lose.
Frivolous lawsuit.
Now watch me play the blues.
Frivolous lawsuit.
You put against a cat.
Frivolous lawsuit.
Make sure you wear the hat. All parties have been sworn in. I've read your complaint.
It's a frivolous lawsuit.
The way it's written, it sounds like you've been smoking paint.
That means
if we have that title to your shit, we will take it.
Oh, come and take it, bitch.
All right. I want your money and I want your dignity, and I'm taking both.
To quote my good friend Artie, come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch.
Come and take it, bitch.
She spit in my face.
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 Take it, bitch.
Take it, bitch.
She spit in my face.
You're a fucking idiot.
She spit in my face.
Shot little thick dude.
A woman walks into the ladies' room at the mall. She enters one of these stalls and sits down to begin doing her business. As she starts to pee, she looks down at her shoes and sees a head poking under the stall, looking up at her with a camera. "What are you doing?" she screams, frightened. "I'm recording you," says Denver Metro Audits. "But this is a bathroom," she squeals. "Yes, a public bathroom, and there's no expectation of privacy in public," he tells her. "You don't belong in here," she yelled. "I didn't see any sign saying that," DMA replies. "It says ladies' room right on the door." Maybe it does, but it doesn't say no men allowed, does it?" he asked her. "What? That's stupid," she sputtered. "You're being a Karen about this, and what's stupid is shaving down there," DMA answered, holding his camera up. "If you let that bush grow in, it would create privacy for your hoo-ha like a hedge." She stared down at the activist lying on the filthy floor looking up at her. "A hedge? Look, they should put a lock on that door if they don't want people coming in. They need to create privacy," DMA said. "It says ladies' room. They assume men won't come in here." "Well, they shouldn't assume that. And I can film whatever I can see. It's my First Amendment right as an independent journalist." "Oh, you're a journalist. What are you working on?" she asked, sarcastically wiping herself. "I can't divulge that information at this time. The story isn't finished yet," he lied as if there were a story. "No expectation of privacy in public," he reiterated. But I'm in a stall, she cried. Yes, and look, it's open on the top and the bottom, DMA answered in his thin voice. They need to create more adequate privacy, because if I can see it, I can film it. You don't have to like it, but it's my First Amendment right. The conversation droned on like this for a while. The woman on the toilet and DMA on the filthy floor next to the toilet. Finally, the woman says, Christopher, don't you think this is inappropriate? I'm your mom. And that's a true story. Absolute true story.
Oh, man, I love that. It was great.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Oh, it's late today. We're going to do something a little bit different. But we're going to start the show like we always do. With good times, great music. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming out this morning.
and welcome to the show. Great to see so many wonderful, beautiful, amazing people here again. As always, holy crap. Hello, welcome to the show, and let's start like we always do with our THX certified George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, Peter Jackson, and James Cameron approved special effects extravaganza. All right. Oh my goodness gracious me. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's Tuesday morning. I have a little bit of a sore throat, so I got a lozenge in my mouth, and it's bouncing around in there while I'm trying to talk. All right. So anyway, who was first? It's hard to say because I put this up last night. Well, real quick, just because I just want to chill today and just, hang out and talk. Whatever was last night, I was talking to Ray and I found out, she's not feeling good. She hasn't been. She wanted to, get some sleep. So she said then that she wasn't going to be here this morning. And of course, whatever she needs at this point, it's because I talk to her all the time off the air, and I've seen slowly, her condition and everything, but it's just, so she says I need some time off. I need to rest. I need to go ahead. I'm not going to argue the point. Definitely. She deserves it. And then, like I said in the description, everything that's been going on recently with the community, and not just like with other creators or whatever, but you guys, I always get messages, emails all the time from my fans talking about like, oh, you helped cheer me up and get me through the hard times because I got this or I'm dealing with that or whatever. There's just so much crap going on. And these guys that we make fun of are also so full of crap that I decided, why don't we take a day off of those idiots and just enjoy talking about things that we enjoy talking about. And that's what this stream is about. Anyway, so because of that, as soon as Ray told me last night she wasn't going to be here today is when I decided to create this stream. And since it is something completely different, I thought I'd give people time to figure out what this is. And so I started it early, but because of that, the whole point of all of this is all these people came in last night or early this morning. So who was actually first? Like, you got the first person to leave a comment, but who was the first person here this morning, today? And as far as I can tell, it looks like the first happy dance of the day goes to Greg Jonick. Although I guess Dino was here at 4:30, but 2 hours later, because normally I create the stream at 6:30. So the first one after 6:30 was Greg Jonick. So here's your happy dance. All right, and now we'll follow it up with a happy dance just in general for all the other people who came in before. All right, there you go. Now you're talking, Leighton. So let's see who all did show up. Right at 11:30 last night, we had Frauditor Mania. Just a few minutes later, we had Stefan St. Germain. And then Billy Yank at midnight. Oh, this is going to be a long night. Big Borg, Little Bite. I do not consent to waiting this long. Cliff Hickson, in 5 hours, I'll be asleep. Jay Surreal something. Good morning, everyone. All right. Serial something. News Now Enemy said no one said first yet. Then News Now Voodoo, he's the one who started the stream. Why, that dirty little no good sniper. Amy D 1949. Hey, has Ray in chat. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Little Chihuahua Big World. Good morning. Rise and shine with Hesokai. All right. Link 219. Good morning, everyone. I just woke up and was starting to get my breakfast ready when I got the notification. All right. At least you got it. YouTube is weird. Sometimes it gets really weird. Zerzu Zyquid. I cannot believe someone is about to try and drag Cliff Overby's name through the mud. Jillian needs to contact lawyers. Okay. I don't know about that, but that's horrible. We're huge supporters of the memory of Schrodinger's cat. We love Schrodinger. We love Mrs. Cat. And this channel especially, all day, every day, nonstop. Round of applause for the late, great Schrodinger's cat. Let's see. Little Chihuahua. Graham. Vote llama, not drama. I'm a no drama llama. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Greg Jonick. Jaime, what's up? There's no need to fear. There's a can. Jaime Pomelo Bear. And Ray is here, except not today. The one time you put her name in there is the one time she took the day off. It's all good. You didn't know. Let's see. Greg Jonick, Little Chihuahua, Zerzu, Little Graham. King Stew 2000. Good morning, all. I mean, all. Yeah, that's everybody. That's oh. You got the pizza going. Pizza time. It's time for the pizza. It's pizza time. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pizza. All right. We love pizza. All right. Let's see. All right. $5. Let's start Taste of Tuesday with Baby Voodoo starting it off. Hey, man, we love Baby Voodoo. Like I said, today's stream is just about having fun, hanging out, and, not dealing with stupidity for a while. Always no drama.
Oh. Thank you so much, Dino, for the $5. Usually Miss Pretty Lady would help me read, but maybe Mr. Hezekiah will. Let me see if I can read this one. Let's start Taser Tuesday with Baby Voodoo. That's me! Yay! Starting it off. Yay! Is that good, Hez? Did I do it right? Yay! Look, I got my stabbing needle. Yeah, I can stab him. I can stab him all day. I miss Miss Pretty Lady. Will she be back soon? Yay! Okay, let me stab Daddy. Daddy! What do you want? I want to stab you in the face. What? Ow! Thank you guys. Love you. Bye. As this thing hurts, take this thing out of my face, will you? Ow! Thank you. Ow! Hey! What? Ow! No!
Oh, my goodness gracious me. And Anna's here, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? Your name's going to be on the lawsuit. Is here. Little Chihuahua, Dino, Greg Jonick, Jaime, Graham, Dino. Who else didn't I say yet? Brian Showman's here. Good morning, all. Good morning to you. CyberX is here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, CyberX. Florida Jim is in the house. Good morning from the Florida Rashers Breakfast Club. Navy, Texas Ranch. Good morning, y'all. Good morning to you. Great to see you. Let's see. Anna, Florida Jim, Little Chihuahua, Robert Custos. Very good morning to you all. Yes. Rooster Cogburn's in the house. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Rooster. Simon and Schuster. Ladies and gentlemen, one and only Script Cat is here. Good morning, all you crazy rashes. Big hugs all around. That's what I'm talking about. Script Cat is going to be the guest on this Saturday Night Snafu. Don't forget it. All right, let's see. What do we got? Florida Jim, Highway Star, Dino, Robert Thomas. Good morning, Hez and Ray. Hey, I got you. Like I said, Ray had to take the day off, but it's all good. Thank you so much. We appreciate the appreciation. Terry Barnes says, good morning, friends. God bless you all, and God bless you too, sir. Yes, absolutely. David Lee, good morning, Rash family. That's right. Good morning to you, sir. Florida Jim, Jaime. Akira 808 State is here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Flower Power is here. Woo-hoo. Holy crap, Akira 808 State with a 22-month membership milestone. All right. Yes. I love it. No justice knows justice. That's what I'm talking about. Cynthia Carenshaw is here. Morning, y'all. Morning, Cynthia. Akira 808 State for $4.99. As per the First Amendment, I'm auditing this live stream and chat. Here's your happy dance. Here we go. All right. Thank you so much. Will Voodoo still get taxed? Yes, he definitely has to pay his taxes. As far as tasings, no, we're going to go with the stabbings and the slappings and all the good old beatings and stuff. But like I said, this doll, it's handmade. And for anyone who missed it yesterday, he's handmade. Well, he's not one of a kind. He's one of 9. He's number 6 of 9. But there are only 9 of these in the world. They're all handmade, hand-stitched. And this guy's already taken a heck of a beating. I had to re-sew his arm. And then the other day I noticed that his because his cuffs are sewn in, but they started falling off. I'm going to have to fix that. So I'm like, you know what? He's taken way too intense of a beating. And I decided that it was, well, Ray and I discussed it for a while, but ultimately we think it was the tasings. So we could still torture him, but just in other ways. That's all.
Yeah, that's right, man. I got my cameras. You ain't gonna get away with tasing me no more. I'm still under house arrest, though. What am I gonna do? Ow.
All right. I mean, King Pokey, Master of Railroads, with an 8-month membership milestone. Thank you. I don't come here that. Take care, bro. I don't come here that. I don't come here for it. Take care, bro. All right. Well, thank you. All right. Society Red. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. David E. Persons. Hey, Hez. Hey, David. What's up? Good to see you. Let's see. Who else? Jessica Stallbird is here. All right. Good morning. Good morning to you. Pizza time. That's right. We had pizza time. That was a lot of fun. Spectrum, please. A special. That's right. Poison Ivy. Hello, people. Hello, Poison. All right. Everyone's allergic to Poison Ivy. All right. Don't ask me why I know the Jonas Brothers. No, I have kids. All right. Let's put it that way. Chef M80, good morning. Good morning to you, sir. Baby Voodoo's becoming violent. That's how the Bob versus Baby Voodoo war started. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ironton Auditor's here, ladies and gentlemen. Right here. All right. The place to be, as you can see. All right. Better Hen is here. All right. Good morning, Hezekiah. And have a good rest, Ray. Hello, all. Love. All right. Yes. 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 That's what I'm talking about. Parson 1122 is also here. What's up? Let's see where we at. Mike Lakewood, what's up from LBC Cali? Just subbed. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh, we got a 5-month membership milestone from Baduana. Much love for Hez and Ray. All right. Yes, thank you. Here's a happy dance for you. All right. Yes, I love it. Love you guys. Osmodius, North Carolina. Top of the morning to you. Mike Lake, good morning. Parson, 1122 for $2. Voodoo is finally free from tasings. We don't stop tasing the voodoo doll. You're the anti-taser. I know you, Parson. But I don't like we don't stop because that's the Chili Con man catchphrase. In fact, Ironton Auditor's here. That's why he changed it, because it was too intertwined with Chili. I missed Highway Star. There ain't no way. Did I miss Highway Star? I saw him 52 times. Oh, no. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the one and only Highway Star. All right. I got a Highway Star t-shirt right there, ladies and gentlemen. And why don't we throw out a happy dance for him as well, man? All right, thank you. All right, guys. So, like I said at the beginning and in the description and everything, today I wanted to do something different and just kind of step back from everything, because I don't have to get into it, and I don't get into it here on this channel, but you guys all know that there's been a ton of crazy crap going on in the community and just drama and nonsense. It's too much. And on top of that, so many people that I know and love have been getting ill, or people I care about being sick and dying, and it's too much sometimes, you know? So I was like, you know what? Why don't we just take one day to just chill out, relax, coffee talk with Hez, like I said, just hang out, drink some coffee, talk about fun stuff that we enjoy. And I was thinking music and movies. Almost every time I bring up either one of those, it seems like the chat gets into it. So let's get into it. I wanted to start by, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe top fives. Maybe some people put some top 5 movies or top 5 bands in the chat. And then from there, we could start getting into the conversation from there, or whatever you want to talk about. I know, because I'll start off by saying, because it's Tuesday, usually Tuesday is the day that I normally would go to the movies, because they have $5 Tuesdays in my theater. So last week, I went and saw Dune. Part 1, obviously Part 2 comes out next month. But the reason why is because I never saw it. And I heard it was good. It had good reviews. And so but it was like 3 years ago it came out. Now Part 2 is finally coming out. So they re-released Part 1. And I was like, hey, this is great. I'm going to the show, so I'm going to go see Dune. And it was freaking great. I really, really liked it a lot. That movie was fantastic. The cinematography was amazing. The acting was great. The writing was great. Everything about it was just fantastic. Mike Lakewood wants to talk about Dumb and Dumber. Hey, let me tell you something. When it comes to comedies, Dumb and Dumber is absolutely great. It's fantastic. Like, and the combination of those two actors, you know, and the way that they played off each other, it was absolutely great. Oh, wait a minute. Graham, your music and movie taste is terrible. Oh, crap, Summer. This is drama-free day, right? Oh, my goodness gracious me. No, Graham, I know. So, I mean, with music and movies both, I pretty much can, you know, talk about anything with either of them. Like, if I were to do like a top 5, like what are my top 5? That's really hard. That's really hard. Like top 5 movies, or since Ray's not here, we could talk about Godzilla. I am a huge Godzilla fan. In fact, here's a picture of Hezzilla. You guys could check this out if you haven't seen it yet. Hazilla. Oh no, that ain't it. There it is. That's right. I'm a crazy Godzilla fan. I love Godzilla. And when Godzilla -1 came out, that was easily the best Godzilla movie ever made, bar none, period. Woman at the dentist, and after a thorough check says, sorry, I'll have to drill a tooth. Woman says, oh no, I'd rather have a baby. Dentist says, make up your mind, I'll have to adjust the chair. Okay, let me read that right. Woman at a dentist, after a thorough check says, the woman at a dentist, after a thorough check, he says, sorry, I'll have to drill a tooth. The woman says, oh no, I'd rather have a baby. The dentist says, well, make up your mind, I'll have to adjust the chair. The Eagles, welcome to the hotel. Copyright, getting my channel shut down because they go after people even when they do cover songs. Bronx Tale, another great movie. Oh wait. Julie Weaver's here, what's up? The Great Escape. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, man. See, now that movie, that's something else. See, this is weird because sometimes talking about movies, like, because I don't want to do, I hate talking about spoilers, but like when it's a movie that's that old, you'd figure by now everybody knows what happens, but I don't want to. But one of my favorite scenes is like when they're trying to get out, because it comes up in my head a lot when these frauditors compare cops asking for their driver's license to Nazis asking for papers. Like when they have to show their papers and their papers are fake, and it's like, and the Nazis are like looking at and the tension in that scene and the way it's shot and the way it's acted, and it's just, I don't know, something about that scene. It just has you on the edge of your seat, you know, like, are they going to get busted? Are the Nazis going to know that their papers are fake? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Are they going to make it to France or whatever? You know, great stuff. Yeah. We might be getting a -1 sequel. Yeah, I've heard rumors about that too. I don't know. Let's see. Do you still have the Bobzilla pic from your birthday? It's in my files somewhere. I definitely didn't get rid of it. I'll have to look that up. Let's see. What am I seeing here? Or what am I missing? True Romance. All right, see, now I also am a huge Quentin Tarantino fan. Oh, well, True Romance isn't it? Yeah, but he wrote it. In fact, there was that and Natural Born Killers. Were both movies that were based on Quentin Tarantino screenplays or stories. So True Romance is absolutely another fantastic movie. And I think what Gandolfini is the dude that he's beating her up, but she kicks his ass. Oh man, yeah, that movie's great. And the whole Elvis thing. Oh, hey baby. Elvis, if you've never seen True Romance, the lead character, his character, like his conscience is Elvis. And like, so in the movie, you see like Elvis appear to him to give him advice, like whenever he needs something. Ancient Trap Music and Art is here. Damn crows. Oh, crap. That's right. It's a wonderful, oh, the man who shot Liberty Valance. Yes. You guys got good taste, damn it. It's a Wonderful Life. Best feel-good movie ever. Let me tell you something about that. That's a Frank Capra movie. And he attempted to do something which in the masses of pulp culture didn't necessarily work, but it did for me. And it's become a tradition in my house. Every Christmas, It's a Wonderful Life, a Frank Capra movie. Every Halloween, Arsenic and Old Lace, also a Frank Capra movie. Arsenic and Old Lace, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's a black comedy or dark comedy, however you want to categorize it in the subgenre. It's Cary Grant and his two aunts are these sweet, nice, wonderful old ladies that murder old men and bury them in the basement. And then it turns out that they're nuts, and like his uncle is nuts, and his brother is nuts. And so throughout the course of the movie, Cary Grant's like trying to protect his aunts when he finds out that they're doing this, but not to go to like get them locked up in a mental institution so they'll stop hurting people, but not get them arrested. And just all the whole story just gets crazier and crazier and crazier as the movie goes on. And then the brother comes back, and it turns out that he's like a legitimate mass murderer, but he finds out that he's murdered less people than his two aunts. So then it becomes like a competition for him to murder more. It's nuts, but none of that sounds funny. And that's why it's such a great movie, because it's Frank Capra, the sweet, wonderful, innocent, best feel-good movie ever guy. And it's a comedy. It's hilarious, but it's not, and it's definitely meant to be a Halloween movie. The opening credits show the jack-o'-lanterns and the witches and stuff. It's something else, man. What would the sequel be? Minus a half? Oh my goodness gracious me. Everyone should watch Schindler's List. 100% agree. Great movie. Also a huge Spielberg fan. Love Steven Spielberg. I haven't watched a movie in at least 10 years. I barely watch TV. I stream most of my shows. I mostly game and read books or online articles. Link, let me tell you something. If one of my kids came to me and said, Dad, I got rid of my phone, I got rid of my TV, I got rid of my computer, and now all I do is read books, I'd be like, that is the greatest thing I've ever heard. There ain't nothing wrong with reading books, dagnabbit. Just remember, when Chuck Norris reads a book, the book gains knowledge. Oh, man. Shane with Alan Ladd. Yes. That coming from Rooster Cogburn, that means a lot. When the Duke himself is telling you to watch Alan Ladd, forget about it. The Keebler elves are here, ladies and gentlemen. Morning has just waking up. Does the urge to call a loved one ever? No one ever. Oh. Does the urge to call a loved one ever passes? Oh, it ain't easy. It is not easy. But you know, hey, what can I say about that? You know what? While we're talking about it, just a second, a moment of silence for everyone. You know, again, this whole thing came about because so much craziness going on right now. So many people going through so much pain and stuff. I want to just have some fun. But let's take a moment of silence for the memories of everyone who's passed and everyone who's suffering, everyone who's in pain. All right, dib, all right. CyberX, the last movie I saw was the latest John Wick. Oh, and guess what? They're making another one. So, yeah, I think it's fair to say that, and I thought this too, while I was watching that one, at the end, I'm like, he ain't dead. They're going to make another one. And sure enough, he ain't dead, and they're making another one. Graham Garfield. Graham Grayfield from the Graham and Bob Show. Like I've said it before, Pulp Fiction is my favorite film. That used to be okay, because I'm a huge Quentin Tarantino fan as well. Forever, I put Pulp Fiction right there on top. As again, saying best film ever, I'd say best. I have to categorize it that way. It's way easier to pick one. And when it comes to Quentin Tarantino, that was my number one until last year. Last year, me and my son were sitting right there, right there, on that TV. Over the course of 3 days, we had a Quentin Tarantino marathon. We streamed every Quentin Tarantino film. And after doing that, we went back and we discussed it. And we were going back and forth over which one was the best. And I've come to the realization that Pulp Fiction is my favorite Quentin Tarantino film. The best Quentin Tarantino film is Jackie Brown. But that's just an opinion. All right. Death Proof. Yes. Another Quentin Tarantino joint. North by Northwest. Alfred Hitchcock, baby. Cary Grant. Hey, you can't beat it. That was another thing. When I was younger, I was on this huge Cary Grant kick for a while. Any movie with Cary Grant, I'd rent it and watch it. Here's the problem with old movies. Back in the old days, actors would contract with studios. So if you go back and watch old movies, there are a lot of great actors that are in horrible movies. I mean, North by Northwest, it's Hitchcock, it's great. But just in general, when you pick a name of an old school actor, you're going to find a lot of that. Because since they were contracted with the studios, they'd be like, okay, you're starring in this picture. Well, I'm not the right role. It's not the right director. It's not that. You're contracted with us. You're in this picture. Okay. Like, all right. Jack Klugman, a.k.a. Quincy Medical Examiner, died on Christmas Eve in 2012. He was one of my favorite characters. I also watch various episodes of the show every Christmas Eve. Yes, Jack Klugman was awesome. Quincy was awesome. He was also, yesterday we were talking about The Odd Couple. I was talking about the movie with Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon, but the TV show, Jack Klugman was also in that as well. Script Cat Bayou, ESP, and the Columbia Lady. Especially the Columbia Lady. Cat Ballou, especially the Columbia. All right. Sometimes I read faster than I think. My favorite movies I can watch over and over are 2001: A Space Odyssey and Event Horizon. Yes! And that's another one. Again, 2001: A Space Odyssey specifically was another one that my son, I sat and watched it with him, again, right here on that TV. And I had to like drag him kicking and screaming like, oh man, what the heck? What is this? By the end of the movie, he was thanking me for making him watch it. He's like, that was so good. And then he's like, I don't know if I understood the ending part. And then I tried to explain to him about wormholes and, time overlaps and theory. But anyway, he loved it. The K Mutiny with Humphrey Bogart. Play it, Sam. Play it. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Oh, that one gets me every time. Every time. Oh, man. Yeah, man. And that movie it's so interesting to see how much, like, it's gone from one extreme to the next. When you look at that movie in today's world, like where mental health care was to where it's gone now, there's got to be a middle ground in there somewhere that we're missing, because it's great that it's not there anymore, but where it's at is almost non-existent. It's like, oh, well, here, take these pills and go home. Have a nice day. Bye. I don't know, man. There's got to be something we can do. All right, let's see. Highway Star, Casey. Let's see. What do we got? Casey, good morning. All right. Yes. Welcome. Steve McQueen was cool. Bullet, man. That's why Lightning McQueen is named Lightning McQueen. Yep. The African Queen with Humphrey Bogart. There you go. More great stuff. In my teens, I used to watch Hill Street Blues. Yep, that was a big show. Let's see. The best comedy movies ever is anything by Mel Brooks, especially Blazing Saddles. Tones overthinks it. Would definitely agree with you on that one. Mel Brooks is a great comedy. You know, I mean, Young Frankenstein is another one that I love. Obviously, you know, Spaceballs is a classic. High Anxiety, so many great Mel Brooks movies. I'll tell you what though, if you want to talk about best comedies, I still have a soft spot in my heart for Airplane, because just the joke after joke, it's almost like listening to a Rodney Dangerfield set. Just like joke, 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 joke. And even if the characters are talking about something serious, whatever's going on behind them has a joke in it. Like there's always something funny or meant to be funny on screen. Osmodius says the best movie ever is The Color Purple. I'll tell you what, man. Once again, getting back to Steven Spielberg, that movie was absolutely fantastic. I didn't see the remake, the musical that just came out, so I can't speak on that. But the original, absolutely 5 stars all the way. And that's another thing to keep in mind, guys. When I do my movie reviews, I have a 5-star rating system, but I almost never give a movie 5 stars. If I really, really like a movie, I give it 4. Why? Because every once in a great while, a movie will drop like that, like The Color Purple. And then it's like, oh man, 4 stars isn't enough for this, because that would put it on the same plane as some other, you know, when a movie goes above and beyond, that's when it becomes a 4.5 or 5-star movie for me. Let's see, what else we got? The Searchers with John Wayne. Oh yeah. We got a restaurant over here where in the neighborhood where the owner of the restaurant is obsessed with John Wayne. And when you walk into the restaurant, every inch of all of the walls are covered with pictures of John Wayne. It stills from his movies and just John Wayne everywhere. And then like all the decorations, like the cash registers have like John Wayne refrigerator magnets all over them. And the cups have pictures of the owner dressed up like John Wayne. Everything is just John Wayne, John Wayne, John Wayne. It's a wild place, man. Wild. And the great thing about that place is it's always packed, because out here in this part of Florida, it ain't nothing but old people. And they all go there to eat because it's cheap and they give you a lot of food. The portions are huge. For me, no matter what I order, it tastes like salt. That's it. Yeah, I want a steak. Oh, it tastes like salt. Hey, I want some chicken. Oh, cool. Tastes like salt. Hey, give me some liver. All right. Tastes like salt. And forget the French fries. They actually put salt on that. Let's see. The Cowboys by John Wayne. Oh, all right. That'll work. Let's see. Watching Once Upon a Time in Hollywood right now. That's another great movie. Oh man, again, anything Quentin Tarantino, forget it. That guy's the way I like to put it when it comes to certain people, Quentin Tarantino's one of them. Martin Scorsese, Hitchcock was one, Stanley Kubrick. There's this thing I refer to it when I talk about it as the language of cinema. People like Quentin Tarantino don't just speak that language, they're fluent in it. They're mad at it. And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, an example. Dag nabbit, dag nabbit, dag nabbit, dag nabbit, dag nabbit, dag nabbit. It's pizza time. It's pizza time. It's pizza time. Every time I get pizza-fied. Anyway, so Zerzu talking about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood made me think of like talking about speaking the language of cinema. There's one particular scene in that movie that I like to use as an example of that. And I picked that particular scene originally in my head because there was a lot of controversy about it. It was the whole Bruce Lee bit. And when Bruce Lee gets in the fight with Brad Pitt and Brad Pitt's character. And when I talk about the language of cinema, that scene is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. So Brad Pitt is on the roof fixing the antenna and he's thinking back to when he fought Bruce Lee. Now, a lot of people were like up in arms, like, oh, the way Bruce Lee acted in that was like he was being a jerk. And the fact that he was able to beat him, like that would never happen. That's crazy. But wait. The language of cinema, what's happening? He's thinking back to a memory. We, the audience, are seeing not what happened in the movie. We're seeing his memory, his mind's version of what happened. So, of course, he looks cool and Bruce Lee looks like a jerk. Of course, he looks great and Bruce Lee looks like he can't take him because we're seeing his point of view of what happened. And that's established when you see him standing on the roof with the antenna reminiscing. Movies, man. People who actually understand. Woohoo. Let's see. Spartacus, yeah, getting back to Stanley Kubrick. All About Eve, yes. Dirty Dozen, yes. Dibdis said yes to Jackie Brown. Saoirse Red Hair, good to see you. Win to the Kill Bill movies, that works. Like I say, anything Quentin Tarantino, I'll take it. It's kind of like with the Quentin Tarantino movies, for me, it's almost like the same argument that I get when people try to argue with me about, like, with music, like the Beatles versus Led Zeppelin versus Pink Floyd. You know, some people throw the Doors in there. Like, talking about the best rock band ever. Like, anyone who makes any argument for any one of those bands, it's a solid argument. I can't, you know, what can you say about Led Zeppelin that I could say, nah, they couldn't play? Like, it's like, yeah, hey, you know what? Okay, I'll take it. You know, that's a good argument. Any Quentin Tarantino movies, that's a good argument. Dino says, any John Wayne movie. That works. The Birds, back to Hitchcock. Yeah, awesome film. Oh man. The torture that poor Tippi Hedren had to go through because they didn't have the special effects like they do now. So to have the birds look like they're attacking her for real, they put bird food in her hair and tied birds to her so they couldn't fly away. So they did. No, don't clap for that. Sling Blade. I want me some some French fried taters with mustard. Mm-hmm. All right, let me tell you what I love about Sling Blade. First of all, John Ritter in that movie. Oh, I was so mad when he passed away shortly after that because that was what launched the resurgence in his career, and he went back on TV and started getting back in the business, and then he passed away. That was horrible, but his performance in that movie. But what really got me about Sling Blade, and I didn't really notice this. I felt the emotional impact of it when it happened the first time I saw the movie, but I didn't actually realize what it was or notice until after several viewings. Carl never has any physical contact with any other human at all. Not a handshake, nothing, until near the end when he's sitting next to the kid and he goes, I'm going to put my arm around you for a minute. The kid says, okay, that's cool. All right, Dan. I didn't realize the first time I saw the film why him just going like that for 2 seconds had such a huge emotional impact. And then you watch it on repeat viewings and you realize this is someone who never has physical contact with a human. His whole life, he grew up locked in a shed, staring at a hole in the ground, going like this. His parents would just throw food at him. Hateful Eight beats Jackie Brown, in my opinion. Once again, like I said, when you start arguing Quentin Tarantino movies, no matter which one you name, you got a valid argument in there somewhere, and I can't deny it. My favorite John Wayne movie is The Quiet Man. That's a great one, too. They're all great. Oh, come on. It's the Duke. What are you going to do? Chuck Norris's real name is Carlo Ray Norris. And Chuck Norris backwards is I'm going to kick your ass. That's what, see, talking about movies, that was a joke that I said a while ago. It was the reason why in Rocky 3, they never show us who wins the fight between in Rocky 2. The reason why they never show us who wins the fight, the third fight between Apollo and Rocky, is because somehow Chuck Norris won. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh yes, The Quiet Man. That's right. The TV show The Odd Couple was better than the movie. Well, because the TV show they had, since it was on for seasons, they had more time to flesh the characters out. Right? As opposed to a film, basically a Neil Simon play, right? Beginning, middle, end. But yes, yeah, I definitely could see that. Cool Hand Luke, best movie ever made. Fight me. Cool Hand Luke. Oh man. And the one thing about it, I will say is when Luke gets into, like, when he eats the eggs and then he passes out on the table like this, like, I understand the symbolism of, like, he's sacrificing himself for them, and when he passes out, he lands in, like, like Jesus on the cross. But, like, I get the symbolism of that, but I thought just that one little thing was a little too on the nose. Like, he literally was in the Jesus Christ pose. Like, again, not that I mind that he was or that I have a problem that he was, just that it was so obvious. It was almost a little bit like, hey, he's sacrificing himself. Get it, guys? Get it? Let me bang you over the head with it and make it so blatantly obvious. Like, okay. All right, I get it. It's great. Thank you. But yes, that's a great movie. I think what we have here is a failure to communicate, ladies and gentlemen. Gone with the Wind is the longest movie I've ever enjoyed. Well, I mean, Gone with the Wind was awesome, absolutely, and it was long. I like the Lord of the Rings movies. They're pretty long. In fact, I like the 4-hour versions that came out on DVD better than the theatrical releases. Patch Adams with Robin Williams. All right. Classic movies based on Jules Verne novels. Yep. 1951 version of Scrooge is the best Christmas movie. There have been so many movies based on A Christmas Carol. Oh, man. But, yeah, that version is awesome. Absolutely. I agree. Let's see. Good Morning, Vietnam. The Dirty Dozen. Tomb Raider. I know why you like that movie. Shame on you, Dino. There are new images of a streaker black hole. Unlike black holes that destroy everything, they're moving so fast they create new stars in the path behind them. That's awesome, actually. See, the universe, the cosmos, and everything in it is fascinating to me. I love that stuff, man. Oh. Now I get into a whole nother thing, man. My favorite was Six Pack with Kenny Rogers. Okay. He can sing. I know that. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille, with 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. Or everybody said that he was a coward of the county. The funniest movie ever made is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Man, Monty Python, I'm also a huge Monty Python fan. That movie is hilarious, no doubt. No doubt. It's just a flesh wound, dagnabbit. Platoon is the best comedy. I think Oliver Stone would argue that. Yeah, now you're talking my language. The Blues Brothers. All right, let me tell you something about the Blues Brothers. And this is great. This is great. So, this is another thing when it comes to talking about the language of cinema and the way these things play out in a well-made film. So, the whole movie, they're talking about the band, with the band, right? So there's a build-up. There's a slow build. The band, it's the best rhythm and blues act ever. So what happens while it's building up? We get all these great musical numbers. We get a musical number from James Brown. We get a musical number from Aretha Franklin. We get a musical number from Ray Charles. They're building up. We get a musical number from John Lee Hooker, for crying out loud. My mama didn't lie me. Just to stay out all night long. Oh, Lord. I know that's not the song he sings in the movie, but that's my favorite John Lee Hooker song. That one scotch, one bourbon, one beer. Speaking of which, when you think of that song, that's 2 different John Lee Hooker songs. The House Rent Blues and One Scotch, One Bourbon, One Beer are 2 different songs, and he just put them together into the song that you hear on the radio now. But anyway, so the whole story of the Blues Brothers is they're building up to this band, the greatest rhythm and blues act ever, the Blues Brothers. We're going to see the Blues Brothers. But what do we see? We see James Brown. We see Aretha Franklin. But what about the Blues Brothers? Oh, cool. They're finally going to play. But wait. No, they're not. We're not going to see their act because they're in a country and western bar and they won't let them do their act. So now they have to improvise something else. So we don't actually see their act until the end of the movie. The finale, it's building up. And even though there's all these musical numbers and they're playing on them, we don't actually see their act until the end of the movie. It's building up to that point. And they're able to slip in all these ways, like when they go to the country western bar. It's like, okay, cool. We're finally going to get to see their act. Nope. That's going to be cut off right at the hip. You got to wait till the end of the movie. That's great stuff, man. Hey, Cab Calloway, come on now. Faulty Towers. Faulty Towers, man. I love that. I saw an interview once where John Cleese was talking about he was on a vacation or on holiday in a hotel, whatever, and talking to the hotel manager. And he was talking about how there's a certain number of things that every hotel manager should know, things that you don't think about when you become a hotel manager. Like, what do you do if, because it's going to happen. If you run a hotel, these are things that will eventually happen at some point in time. Like, for example, what do you do if one of the people who's in one of your rooms passes away and you find them in the room like that? What do you do? What do you do if, you know, whatever the situation is? The point is, he picked every item because Faulty Towers is like, oh, it never got renewed for another season. It never happened, whatever. It's because he had a specific plan. One episode for each of the things on that list happens to Basil Fawlty in each episode. And once he was done covering everything on the list, he was done with Faulty Towers. Great show. Great show. Let's see. What else we got here? True Grit. Yeah. Woo-hoo. Westworld. Wow. All right. That'll work. Max and Patty, The Road to Nowhere. I haven't seen that one yet. I got to check that out. Wait, I saw a laughy face. Maybe not. Blazing Saddles and History of the World. I like the new version of True Grit also. Yep. It was good. It was really good. Where in Florida? I don't think it's a secret at this point, but I'm by it's called, well, I'm right outside of Tampa. It's called Zephyr Hills. Shut up. Let's see. In fact, it was funny because somebody came in the chat once, maybe a month ago or two, I don't know, saying the name of the movie theater that I go to every Tuesday. Zephyr Hills, Cinema 10. Oh, did you go to, it was when I watched Godzilla. Somebody came in the chat and said, oh, did you watch Godzilla in Zephyr Hills, Cinema 10? And it was a troll, and they were trying to act like they were doxing me. And it's like, you know, I've said multiple times on air that I'm in Zephyr Hills. You know the name of the Zephyr Hills movie theater. That's like if I said I live in Chicago and you said, oh, yeah? The Museum of Science and Industry. You got me. Like, so what? Once upon a time in the West. Great stuff, great stuff, great stuff. Let's see, what else have we got here? Goodfellas, yeah! That's right. We actually had last night, there was a Joe Pesci marathon on American Movie Classics. That was awesome. Jackie Chan movies, yes. You know, one of my favorite Jackie Chan movies actually is The Legend of Drunken Master. And depending on who you ask, I know for a lot of people that isn't one of their more favorites because there aren't a lot of stunts and craziness in it. But the reason why that is one of my favorites is because it relies much more heavily on the martial arts choreography than on the stunts and all that. And that's what I like about it. Like the martial arts choreography in The Legend of Drunken Master is freaking amazing. Jackie Chan, that dude's a beast. He's on beast mode 24/7. I want to see him get in a fight with Chuck Norris. The only problem is Chuck Norris would fold him up like a pretzel. Let's see. What do we got here? What do we got? Led Zeppelin is the greatest band of all time. All right. I think Tommy and Jimmy Dorsey might have something to say about that, but I could give you that one. If we put rock band, then that might narrow it down a bit. Let's see. When I was a kid, I just wanted to be Robert Plant, and now I'm a gray old man. That's not my Les Paul. I do have one. Why do you think that is? I'm right there with you, pal. I'm right there with you. Literally. Terry Gilliam. Time Bandits, Brazil, Baron Munchausen, and so much more. How about 12 Monkeys? Amazing, amazing, amazing. Terry Gilliam, and he was part of the Monty Python troupe. Yep, he was the American. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. Biscuits and Mustard. All right, I don't know which song or movie that is, but I could go for that. I can go for that. Can go for that. Yes, yes. I can. Hall & Oates. Some people call it a Kaiser blade. I call it a sling blade. Mm-hmm. Time Bandits was great. Time Bandits was fantastic. The Green Mile was another all-time great movie based on a Stephen King novel. Love The Green Mile. Let's see. Now I want me some French fried taters. Mm-hmm. I'm not sharing my cornbread with you, Dino. Leland Squirrels, that movie ruined Billy Bob Thornton for me. That movie made Billy Bob Thornton for me. Like, that was when I realized this dude's a real actor. Like, wow, his performance in that. In fact, Billy Bob Thornton wasn't even in that movie. It was all Carl. Oh, if you're talking about Bad Santa, then yeah, I could see that. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor. Hi, I'm Hezekiah Jenkins, author of the Frauditor's Handbook and host of the Frauditor Follies YouTube channel, Saturday Night Snafu, and Daily Rash program. And today I'm here to tell you about the newest, latest, greatest, most amazing innovation in petting your dog. This one right here. How you doing, girl? All right. Say hello to the peoples. Yeah, she didn't want to. Oh, I think she wants me to let her out. Crap. Well, you know what, guys? I got a new video out. So I'll go ahead and I'll play that to give me an excuse to go potty and to let the dog out. And then we'll get back to our regularly scheduled program for the day. Let me go ahead and pull this up quick before she decides she's just going to not wait anymore and pee on the floor. And for those of you who haven't seen it yet, I made this video late last night because the original got posted at like whatever. Anyway, I gotta hurry. Let's just do this quick. All right.
Versus Cordova, is that a Supreme Court ruling or? Sure is. Okay.
I thought it was like pretty big in the auditor community. It was kind of like a.
Well, I film the police. I don't usually do audits. I've been doing audits lately because my Highlander was stolen.
Your Highlander was stolen?
Yeah.
Alan Newcastle sits alone watching YouTube videos on his computer when suddenly he hears an all too familiar cry for help. There is no expectation of privacy in public. There's no need to fear. Hezekiah is here. All right, boys and girls. We knew it was only a matter of time before word started getting around about this DMA conviction. That's right, U.S. versus Cordova being quoted by a cop talking to a frauditor. Oh, it's glorious. But first, let's see where this all came from when this frauditor, Robert West, walks into the Social Security hearing office and gets trespassed. All right.
This is a hearing room.
Sir?
This is a hearing room. Yeah.
So in the facility here, we don't allow the recording.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's no recording in here.
There isn't.
No.
No one's told me that.
Let me go and get my supervisor.
Okay.
Oh, sir,
Yeah.
can you come over here? Or here.
What? Okay. Can you show me the law?
I can't. Just unfortunately, they're saying that they're not allowed to do any recording. This office.
Okay. Well, I just seen a sign out there that said I can't.
Oh, we're at.
On the DHS memo that's hanging out there. Unless there's a court order or a law that says you can't do it. Photography and news.
And it says rules, orders, or directives apply for federal court. Rules prohibited.
All right. So he talks about the DHS memo, which is worded almost exactly the same as poster 7. And this guy specifically points out the part where it says except where prohibited. His response?
So he's government supervisor.
Okay. But according to that, I can film in there, just like post offices.
Mesmerized, stupefied, and flabbergasted. And then, oh, well, you know, it's the same as a post office. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm the manager here.
Right.
I'm gonna have to ask you to please stop recording.
Is there a federal law that says I can't record, or is it just a federal rule?
All right, I'm going to stop that there real quick. Paracord. Yes, thank you. Here's what happened. There's a song by Soundgarden called Jesus Christ Pose, but it's not like, so I wasn't trying to be, you know, because I'm a Christian. So, you know, I'm like, I don't want to, but I'm trying to think of the right way to say it without it being, you know. Thank you for that. Yes, crucifix position. Thank you. Anyway, Nightman's wife is here. I'm so far behind because I keep stopping to talk about everything, but that's what we're here for, is to talk about stuff. This hates me. I don't hate Uncle Artie. I just didn't get there yet. Lisa Alcazar, good morning. Stranger, good morning. Stripes. Yes, that's right. That was another great one. I grew up on Stripes. Oh, my dearie dear. Anyway, yeah, the whole point with that video was that it ultimately leads to a cop coming and talking to him and saying, well, didn't you hear about U.S. versus Cordova? I thought that was a big deal for you auditors. So I'm like, yes, the cops are finally learning. They're quoting the case in which DMA lost. Donna Ray, good morning, chat. Good morning to you. Oh, my goodness. I want to take my frauditor handbook to a post office to show them poster 7 for myself, and I can teach them how to read it properly. Let me tell you something. I always wanted to get a big stack of frauditor handbooks and find one of these libraries that these guys go to and just have them lay out there on the desk when they go up to the front and see that. I thought that would be hilarious. Anyway, yeah, so like I say, we're kind of staying away from the videos. I started playing that just because the dog needed to go out and I needed a potty break. So I had to have something to go when I went. So we'll leave that on deck. Maybe we can watch more of it later if I have to do it again. Oh, goodness gracious me. So let's see. Don't play Uncle Artie's Dark Danger. Play Uncle Artie's Dark Danger tribute video. I might could do that. Let me see. Hold on a second. Just getting back to the beat, y'all. Down with the sound so sweet, y'all. All right, let's see. Let me get into it. Let me look up Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill of Stupidity. All right. No, that's an hour and a half long. Oh no, Doc Danger checks in from heaven. Oh, okay, I got you. All right, here we go. Let's check that out, ladies and gentlemen. I was looking at the stream. It was like almost an hour and a half long. Yeah, go Hez. Yeah, all right.
Hey everyone, Doc Danger checking in on you from heaven. I'm good to go. The bands are awesome. Elvis even asked me for my autograph. God rocks. Jesus shook my hand and said, "What took you so long? I'm not in pain anymore. My hair is bigger and better than ever, even bigger and better than crippled cat's hair. I didn't even have to destroy the ozone layer either. My biker's jacket can turn colors and it doesn't have crippled cat's fingerprints on it. I'm happy to be here. We're all going to meet up here one day. Just take your time and enjoy life, even when you're down. Keep looking up and knowing that you're never alone, unless you're a hair growing on Uncle Artie's bald head. Now, before you all start getting all emotional, I got a few words for you all. I got a few words to tell you all before you wrap up my show. Remember, it's my channel, Crippled Cat. Crippled Cat, thanks for being the best co-host ever. Even though you accidentally took me out instead of that numb nuts Uncle Artie, it was a pleasure having you along my side. I look forward to having you as a co-host again, as long as you don't try to take me out again. Keebler. Thank you for looking out and caring for me. You made my final days special. I really appreciate it. Please never change who you are. No one has a bigger heart than yours. I love you, and we'll be rocking along in heaven someday. Don't shed a tear for me. Enjoy your life the best that you can. Remember, you made a difference in my life. You are special to each of us. Well, it looks like Les Paul is done tuning up my Gibson guitar. Well, I'll be looking down you all from time to time. If you get the feeling that you're being watched, it might be me trying to pull a prank on you. As one MTV VJ once said, keep one foot in the gutter and keep one arm reaching for that gold.
All right. Thank you for recommending that. And what a perfect time to finish it off with a cupcake happy dance. All right. Okay. Ole, all right. Yes. Rest in peace, Doc Danger. Absolutely, positively. All right. Another round of applause for Doc Danger, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. We're all having a good time here. Enjoying the show. Let's see. What else we got? Back to the subject of the day, music and movies. What else we got, guys? Come on, hit me with something. Stripes, yeah, great. Maximum Overdrive. I love the truck with the Green Goblin face. That was my favorite one. 39 Steps, another Hitchcock movie. All right, I love it. Terminator 2, absolutely fantastic. Star Wars, enough said. Let's see. How about Don't Be a Menace? Back to the Future, yes. Absolutely. I love Led Zeppelin, but Queen is the best. Metallica's the best. What about Rush, guys? Airplane and Police Squad. Yes. Police Squad was great. Let's see. Uncle Artie, Kung Fu movies. Life of Brian. Battletoads had a movie. Oh, my husband's from St. Petersburg. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't know Battletoads had a. Don't mention the war. Getting back to Faulty Towers. Let's see. Deep Purple. Well, of course, Highway Star is gonna. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Kemp, digging deep. and pulling out the Bubba Hotep. Don't make me use my stuff on you, baby. Well, what are you, some kind of Bubba Hotep? Don't make me use my stuff on you, baby. I know I usually don't bring him out to the end, but he's appropriate for a Bubba Hotep reference. If you guys don't know Bubba Hotep, I'm going to just say this. Bubba Hotep is a movie. The story of the movie is Bruce Campbell. Yes, absolutely. Bubba Hotep is a movie where the story is, the concept of the movie is that Elvis was so famous, couldn't walk anywhere or do anything without being recognized. He decided to fake his own death and hire a Elvis lookalike to replace him. And then a few months later or weeks later, whatever it was, the lookalike is the one that died. So now they think that the real Elvis is crazy because he's going around telling everyone he's Elvis, and everyone knows Elvis died, but in real life, it was actually the impersonator who died. So the real Elvis is an old man at this point in a mental institution with an old black man who says that he's John Kennedy and that he dyed his skin to hide his identity. And the old folks' home is being attacked by the mummy. And if everything I said makes absolutely no sense at all, go ahead and watch the movie, and you'll see that it's exactly what I just said. Literally. Let's see. Bruce Campbell is a national treasure. Yes. So is Leslie Nielsen. Or was. R.I.P. Let's see. Ozzie Davis played JFK. Yep. My favorite movie is Contact by Carl Sagan. Yes. You know what? Carl Sagan, back when I was a kid and the show Cosmos was on, he was the one that got me into all that stuff. You know, cosmology and science and everything behind it, the universe and everything in it, and like the vast expanses of space and gravity and black holes, all of it, man. Like, and then you watch Star Trek and all this stuff that they're talking about starts to make more sense too. And you realize, like, you know, if you don't know, Star Trek, especially like TNG and stuff like that, they always had actual scientists working with the writers. And of course, the writers, if it just didn't work with the story, they would just make stuff up. But they tried to keep everything as theoretically possible as they could. Yeah, I know. Simple Man by Leonard Skinner. I'm a simple kind of man. Someone to love and understand. Yeah, man. Great stuff. Great stuff. Hez does movie. That's right. That's right. Fast and Furious. I haven't seen one Fast and Furious movie. Not one. Let's see. Walking Tall. Oh, yeah. And I'm not talking about The Rock. I'm talking about the real one. That's right. Walk softly and carry a big stick. And find criminals and beat the crap out of them with it. Unclean Hands with the Devil's Rejects. Donna Ray with Mr. Breeze. They call me the Breeze. Yeah. His name is Siskel. E-L, not Cisco. Cisco Kid was a friend of mine. Siskel or Ebert. I actually met Roger Ebert once. And it was really cool. I was waiting. This is what a dork I am, guys. Come on. I was waiting in line. This was before I came out. I didn't know. It wasn't out yet. I waited in line 3 days to get tickets for The Phantom Menace. And there were hundreds of us. We were lined up around the block. We camped out there for 3 nights to buy tickets, to be the first ones to get tickets to see The Phantom Menace in this one particular theater with the biggest screen in Chicago. So we're downtown Chicago because it's the theater with the biggest screen in the city. So that's why we were there. And it was the theater that Roger Ebert went to watch a movie that was relatively new at the time called The Matrix. So he comes out of his Matrix screening, and we're all there, and he came and he said hi to us, and he hung out for a while, and we were talking, and I talked to Roger Ebert. And what really surprised me was the dude's like this tall. He was a little guy, but he was really cool, really nice guy. Roger Ebert, man. R.I.P. both Siskel and Ebert. The Meg 2, I saw that in the theater, and what was great about it was that this was my review when I saw it in the theater. This is my review of The Meg 2. This is what happens in the movie The Meg 2. Look, a shark. Look, dudes with guns. Look, a submarine. Look, other guys with guns. Look, a dangerous octopus. I know it was Siskel and Ebert. I know Florida, Jim. I'm just giving you a hard time. You're from Chicago, too. When you live in Chicago. See, that was the great thing about growing up in Chicago when I did, is that I got to watch Siskel and Ebert before they went national. When they were just local and only in Chicago, I was watching them already. And then when they went national and it became a big deal, yes. Mystery Science Theater 3000, the movie. It was Mike. I preferred Jay, but it was still a great movie. Yes. I liked it a lot. That's some great stuff. Mystery Science Theater 3000 was a great show. I used to watch that all the time. I had Manos the Hands of Fate on DVD. That was great stuff. Red Dawn, the original. Yes, that was another great one. Midway, yep. Crocodile Dundee, yes. The original Crocodile Dundee was one of those sleeper hits. That was a movie that it came out, and it was just supposed to be one in a series of tons of movies that are just pumped out every weekend, and, because they always have like the big ones, right? Even now, it's like, they have all the movies that come out all the time, but then there's your new Spider-Man movie or, the new Dune or what, but then in between there's all the movies that come out. And Crocodile Dundee was just supposed to be another one of those. And all of a sudden, everybody and their brother ran to the theater to watch it over and over and over because it was that freaking good. Tora, yeah. There you go. Let's see. Digging down deep in the record bands. Hey, do you ever get down to the freak I don't even know what that means. I don't know where Braidwood is. Let's see. Be right back. Tiny time. Gotcha. Depends might come in handy. Uh-oh, look out. This is a comedy crowd. There hasn't been one horror movie mentioned. Speaking of horror movies, what do we got? We got The Shining. We got The Thing. We got the original Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, all the old Universal classics. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. What else? The Rocky Horror Picture Show doesn't count. Serenity. All right. South of Joliet. Oh, I'm Because I'm in Florida right now, I thought you were talking about out here. Oh, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, see, when you talk about Westerns, man, that one's one of the toppermost of the poppermost. I'll tell you what. All right, that works, yeah. Which one? The TV series or the movie? Well, we're talking about movies, so I guess the movie. The Man Who Laughs is the movie that the design for the Joker was based on. That's The Man Who Laughs. That he's got that face like, and when they saw that movie when they were designing the Joker, like literally the design of the Joker was based on that movie. That movie's great too. The Omen, yep. Cabin in the Woods, that one's fun. Like Evil Dead 2 fun. Final Destination, oh yeah. Oh man. The Omen was something else, man. And Damien and and any movie, like any horror movie where the little kid is the villain is always a little bit more creepy. Another movie that I really love that's not really a horror movie, but I think it's a perfect like combination of the horror and the comedy and musical. Little Shop of Horrors, man. Come on, the Frank Oz version. The Cube, the only thing that got me with The Cube was the bit where they had like the wires that were like a cross section and they just flop. And then the guy's like, what the? And then slowly his pieces start to fall. Oh, no. Chicago, yes. Great musical, great cast. No, yeah. Psycho! There it is. That's the one right there, man. Oh my goodness gracious me. What I did was years ago, I was on a huge Alfred Hitchcock kick. Just going back in the Blockbuster days, going to Blockbuster and renting any Hitchcock movie they had. I just wanted to watch all of them. There's so many. The guy started making movies in the silent era and kept going into the 70s. But Psycho, what I had to do, especially growing up in our modern world where there's so many references to that movie, the cat's pretty much out of the bag before you see it. I had to try and really go back and put myself into the headspace of what the movie is, what it was when it first came out. Hitchcock went out of his way to have zero spoilers. So if you go into the movie with this headspace, like, okay, forget anything you know. What am I looking at? I'm watching a movie about a woman who steals some money. And I'm watching this movie about this woman stealing this money. And then all of a sudden, right in the middle of the movie, she stops in a motel and gets murdered. She's dead. What? And now all of a sudden it's a horror film about this psychotic killer that's going around stabbing people. It's like, what? And again, putting yourself in the mindset of when it first came out. His mom is the one who killed her. There's the big reveal at the end. It's a whole different... I'm singing in the rain. No, wait. No, I can't do that. Because we're talking about horror movies and we're talking about Kubrick and we're talking about this. And now you got me singing in the rain. Now I'm thinking of Clockwork Orange. That ruins that song. Grease and West Side Story. All right. Awesome movies. My granddad was the spitting image of Sean Connery. Everyone kept telling me my granddad is the spitting image. I told my granddad this. His reply was, who's Sean Connery? What? First of all, if he was a spitting image of Sean Connery, he was one lucky dude. Second, who's Sean Connery? 007? Come on, when did Dr. No come out? 1964, 1963? Come on, man. North by Northwest, another vote for North by Northwest. Cary Grant, that's right. Oh, wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen, Jaws! That's right. That's right. Another banger from Steven Spielberg, Jaws. And one of the great things about Jaws, too, is it's a classic example of what they call the happy accident. Because I remember when I was a kid and everyone was talking about Jaws when it was new, it was like, oh, Dr. No, 1962. See, it's even older than I thought. So when Jaws first came out, I remember when I was a kid, what everyone talked about was how amazing the buildup was. The whole movie, they're building up how big the shark is, how big the shark is, how big the shark is. And you don't actually see it until the end. So it's brilliant. It's genius because it keeps people on the edge of their seats. How big is this thing? How big? And they just see little pieces here and there that kind of hint at how big it is. But none of that was done on purpose. That was all a happy accident because the damn fake shark broke. And they couldn't film it the way they wanted to because it wasn't working. So they had to figure something out. Seat of their pants, coming up with ideas off the hook, off the top of their heads. Luckily, over time, Spielberg proved over and over and over and over that it wasn't just luck, that he was just that good. But it was that he came up with the idea of the barrels. Shoot him with the barrels, and then you want to show the shark. You can't. You show the barrels floating on top of the water. Boom, shark. The mist and the fog. Oh, man, that's some heavy stuff, man. Especially the mist. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Needful Things, yep. Still scared of the ocean. It changed the world. You know what? That's the one thing that I will say like not just for watching the film and appreciating, how well the film is made and all that, the effect that it had, the amount of sharks that are killed every year since that movie came out compared to the number of people that are killed by sharks every year. Like, what is it? Like somewhere in the thousands versus like 9. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Paths of Glory, yes. Michael Douglas. He's related to Michael Douglas, isn't he? No, I know. Hey, when I type, forget it. You can't even read what I'm writing. Alien. Both of them. There's not a lot of movies that can do that. Alien's one of them. Terminator's another one. Star Wars, of course. The first one and the second one, both classics, both bangers, hardcore. Let's see. The Shadow. Who knows?
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows.
My dad used to do that to me all the time when I was a kid. Like, at night, he'd sneak into the room and he goes, "Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows." And then he'd like hide in the dark, and we'd hear that. Then he'd walk away. Halloween. Carrie. All right. Yes. Land shark. Who is it? Pizza man. I didn't order a pizza. Who is it? Land shark. Oh, okay. Ugh. Candygram. LaDonna, has anyone heard anything from P. Barnes? He's been leaving comments in the comment section. So like with his mornings, I don't know what he's up to, but yeah, he's still around. If you, like I said, you look at my videos, he always comments on them, so it's all good. Halloween. All right, let me tell you something, man. John Carpenter's Halloween. I love Halloween. They Live. John Carpenter he's got so many. Escape from New York. Oh man, but the thing I love about Halloween, and this is another, like, to me, in my personal taste, that movie, when it comes to horror movies, is the standard. It's the mold. Because the thing about that movie, and this is what I always think in my head, is that when you talk about movies, horror movies with the gore and all that, right? Any kind of murders or killings or any of that stuff is always kind of just done for the sake of the gore. You know, the violence is there for the sake of the violence. The violence, the horror comes from the horrible things you see happening. With that movie, like with Psycho, Hitchcock, it's when you mix in the suspense with the horror that it really gives that horror time to build. And Halloween for me is the baseline, is the palette, because the murders, the killings in that movie, there aren't that many, but they serve a specific purpose. They're not there for the shock value. They're not there for the gore value. They're there specifically to set up to us, the audience. If this guy gets his hands on you, you're not going to talk your way out of it. You're not going to bribe your way out of it. He doesn't want money. He doesn't want anything. You're just going to die. That's it. So now that that's been established, now he starts chasing the main character, who we've been building a relationship with the whole film. We like her. She's cool. She's sweet. She's innocent. But she's still got that, you know, like the scene where they're smoking pot in the car, you know, listening to, what were they listening to? I think it was Blue Oyster Cult or something. Like, but whatever it was, the point is, like, we like her. We don't want to see her get killed. They specifically go out of their way to show Mike kill a dog so that everyone will hate him. Because a lot of horror films, you're in the danger of people rooting for the bad guy. Yeah, go kill him. Yeah, like Freddy Krueger or Jason, you know. You just are waiting. You're not actually paying attention to the story. You're just waiting for the next kill to see how cool and violent it's going to be. But with that, it was all set up for us to hate Michael, for us to love Laurie, and then the murders are just there to set up that if he gets you, you're going to die, period. And so now he's chasing her. So now we're like, oh, what's going to happen? What's going to, and that's how it gets you on the edge of your seat. That's how it builds the suspense. That's how it builds the tension. That's what I like in a good horror film. Oliver, yes. Another great one, another banger. Sharknado. I actually have seen all the Sharknado movies. Yes, yes, yes. At certain times you have to embrace the cheese. You know, like people would tell me when those Sharknado movies were new, and I'd be telling people, yeah, I watched Sharknado. They'd be like, why are you watching that crap? That's stupid. I'm like, exactly. That's what's great about it, is they embrace the stupid. Like it's like, this is ridiculous. Right. And they know they're being ridiculous, so they embrace the silliness. It's awesome. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Clue had 5 different endings, I think, or 4. When in the theatrical release, which ending you saw, depending on which theater you went to see it in. That was pretty wild. Donna Ray doesn't like Star Wars. That's all right. Not everybody likes everything the same. Let's see. What else do we got? Christine. Yep, that's a good one. That's when the car's alive, and see, that's one of those things, and there have been a bunch of movies with the similar type of storyline where it's like it starts out with the car trying, like the car's alive and it's possessed or whatever, but it's trying to protect its owner, right? But as it escalates and escalates, it starts just running people over. Anyone that says or does anything that insults the car's owner in any way, and it starts to go beyond, oh, okay, hey, look, now you're jealous of my girlfriend, now you're going to run her over, you're a freaking car. Christine's good, man. Let's see. The Shadow. Candygram from Ongo. Candygram from Ongo. The Ring. Yes, that's a good one. Anything by Stephen King. Stephen King's awesome. Fiend Without a Face. All right. I don't know if I've seen that one, but okay, I'll take it. Let's see. What else? Christine. Yep. Transformers. Oh, okay. That works. Why not? I'll tell you why not. No, everybody has their own taste. I can't watch the Transformers movies because for me, and maybe it's just because I'm old, the action scenes, all I see is a bunch of flashing lights and colors. Who's got the, where are those bullets? What was that? Is that an arm? Or it's too fast. Let the action play out in front of the camera. You know, I can't keep up with it. I don't know what's going on half the time. Nightmare on Elm Street. All right. 1, 2, Freddy's come for you. 3, 4, you better lock that door. Get Carter with Michael Caine. Yeah. Chucky is another one I can watch again. Scary. Yes, that's right. The original good. Well, now we got the auditor, the good guy audits with the picture of Chucky on there. Oh, boy. Shut up. Have you seen any of the Terrifier movies? Very good, but short. Very gory, but good. I may have. I mean, I don't have a problem with gore. I'm just saying, like, if I'm picking my favorite horror films, I mean, one of my favorite horror films is The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You don't get more gory than that. Or Evil Dead 2. Hammer films are awesome. Yes. It's a different kind of thing. That's all. Does anybody remember the old series Strangers with Candy? I loved it. I don't know how you guys felt about it. My teacher in college, which class was it? It wasn't comedy. It was a film class because I studied film. But my teacher was the guy who directed Strangers with Candy. For legit. And yeah. I'm sorry, I got it. That's one of those things where it's like, come on, man, you know, whatever. Because I know intellectually in my mind what was going on, but he gave me a bad grade on something, and I didn't think it was fair the way he graded it. So I always kind of had a little beef with him. But I mean, I know, you know, art is subjective, so I understand that, you know. Shut up. Let's see. 4 different endings, but Tim Curry dying was the true ending. Yes. Rollerball. Yeah. Let's see. What do we got? Let's scroll down a little bit more. Let's see. Hate gore, love scary. Yeah. Oh no, I'm super late, but no fair. I was truly here first. The first happy dance was mine. You owe me a happy dance. All right, here we go. No, you know what? It's been a while since I've done one. And in fact, let's check the like count. Let me see if we could do a super mega. Let me hit reload and see where we're at with the likes. Yeah, yikes. All right, 52. That'll work. I'll take it. Dawn of the Dead. Oh man, I am like so like the original Dawn of the Dead. The DVD release of the original Dawn of the Dead after the sequel came out was discontinued. I have it. in my storage shed in Wisconsin, I have the original Dawn of the Dead DVD. Oh, that thing's like a precious commodity, man, because they don't make it anymore. That movie was awesome. The original 3, and the original, and you know what? I like Return of the Living Dead too. And technically, that's a legitimate sequel to Night of the Living Dead, just not on the George Romero side of it. So it's like after Night of the Living Dead, George Romero and I can't think of his name right now, but they sort of split off with the storyline and both did sort of their own sequels. Return of the Living Dead obviously took more of sort of a comedy turn towards it, and George Romero tried to keep it serious. So there you go. Let's see. Night of the Living Dead, yep. Forbidden Planet. Oh yeah. Good stuff, good stuff. The Night the Earth Stood Still is another one. Electric Light 28A, Casey, what's up? George A. Romero, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Let's do the time warp again. Forbidden Planet, yep, another great one. Let's see, what else? So many that I missed. Mystery Science Theater 3000 did Creature from the Black Lagoon? Really? I did not know that. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It's the final countdown. My squirrels already poked holes in my Baby Voodoo. If it was a gift or prize, I never would let you touch them. But yeah, Baby Voodoo got out and spent a morning with the squirrels. Vid coming out soon. Well, I remember News Now Voodoo. Or Cat Scratch Voodoo. Let's see. I like the books better. The books are always better than the movies. Come on, that's standard stuff. Let's see. What else we got? 30 Days a Night. Oh, yeah. Such a great idea for a movie, too. You know, like, hey, there's a part of the world where it's dark for an extended period of time. Why don't the vampires go hang out there? It's open season. Didn't Romero work with Stephen King? I think on Creep Show, maybe. I'd have to look that up. I love Creep Show too, by the way. I think it was a sequel to Creature from the Black Lagoon. All right. Poltergeist, another Spielberg. Mars Attacks. Oh, yodeling. Tales from the Crypt. Never watched a Human Centipede. I watched it so you don't have to. Yes, please don't. Don't do it to yourself. It ain't worth it. It's almost worse than eating Vegemite. Chris O'Connor likes the No Frauditor Tuesday. That works. Works for me. Anything Savini has worked on. Man, you want to talk about one of the greatest makeup artists. Unbelievable. Tom Savini was great. Let's see. South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Yeah, that movie definitely was something else, man. That just that opening number. I can't even talk about it out here because I don't want to get canceled or have my channel taken down by YouTube. The fact that South Park is still a thing, especially with you know, I remember when South Park first started, like the first couple episodes, I actually ran and grabbed my VHS tapes, my blank VHS tapes, and popped them in and waited till the show started to record it because I just knew it. Just within the first couple episodes, I knew that there was no possible way that this show was not going to get canceled. And it didn't. It's still on the air. It's amazing. The birds scared me as a little kid. Yeah, it can definitely be very scary. And especially like again, it's one of those kind of movies where like if you really think about what they're saying, it can really start to get to you, especially like out here. You know, you go to some place like SeaWorld where they have like the little things where you put a quarter in and turn it and you get the seeds for the birds. The birds are expecting that now. So the seagulls are all over you with just when you're walking there. So it's like you could see like there are so many birds. If they actually were dangerous, violent animals, we wouldn't win. Killer bees and piranha. When I was a kid, Cujo scared the heck out of me, and I had a fear of dogs for a while. Yes. Let's see. Edge of Tomorrow, The Simpsons, Pet Cemetery. Oh yeah. My sister made me watch Psycho when I was only 10. Oh man, let me tell you something. That when I was little, all I saw at that time, I think it was in a commercial, like they were going to play it on TV. And all I saw that I remembered was that face at the end with the skeleton in the face superimposed on each other. And for some reason, that just gave me chills. And for a long time, I couldn't watch a movie because I didn't want to see what that was and why that came from. Ray Harryhausen movies, Jason and the Argonauts. That's another one that gave me nightmares when I was a kid. When Jason fought the skeletons, for some reason, when I was little, my bed was surrounded by the skeletons from Jason and the Argonauts, and the only thing that would protect me is if I made sure that my toes were covered by my blanket. Arachnophobia scared me when I was younger. All right? You must be young, because when I saw Arachnophobia, I actually saw Arachnophobia as a double feature at a drive-in. It was Arachnophobia and Dick Tracy. All right. Oh my goodness gracious me. What can you say about that? Speaking of the Harryhausen films, the claymation of the Kraken in the original Clash of the Titans was literally the same monster. He still had the same model from a movie back in the 50s. And he knew that movie wasn't a big hit. So he's like, oh, people aren't going to remember this monster. And you got to remember, guys, too, when you look at old movies, especially something like The Three Stooges, where when Shemp came, they started just recycling old Curly scripts. You got to remember when you talk about old movies, before VCRs were invented and DVDs and streaming and TV and all of this stuff, if you didn't see a movie when it was in the theater, you didn't see it. That was it. So they could do other stuff. They could rip each other off. They could re-release stuff or make new stuff based on the same scripts or whatever. And people wouldn't know because they wouldn't remember. You know, because if you didn't see it in the theater, you never saw it. There's a drive-in near me that still shows old movies on 35 millimeter film. All right, I love that. That's awesome. On the waterfront. Yes, I could have been somebody. I could have been a contender. Love Clash of the Titans. Yes. My first movie in the theater was Flash Gordon, 1957. Wow, my memory isn't gone yet. My Flash Gordon that I grew up with was the 80s one. Flash. Ah, he'll save every one of us. Oh, yes. Edge of Tomorrow. Yep. What else? On the Waterfront. The original Dracula movies. Yes. Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. Yes. The Goonies is another good one. Yes. Unforgiven is the last movie I saw on a drive-in. When I was a kid in Chicago, we had a drive-in near our house. And that's where I saw Ferris Bueller for the first time. And Whatever Happened to Baby Jane? Yeah, that's another great one. Oh, like you guys have a lot of good taste in movies, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so today's show has pretty much been dominated by movie talk. So maybe if we do this again, and definitely let me know, guys, if you like this format and want to like have another, one of these maybe next week, maybe make it a Tuesday thing, a regular thing. I don't know, but let's see what else. Abbott and Costello. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, for me, is a legitimate sequel to the originals. Not just because Bella's in it and because, the Wolfman, Lon Chaney Jr., but because they're literally playing the same characters. Like they're following the storyline. They're just adding the comic relief of Abbott and Costello. So because I used to have, there was this collection. They still sell it. Like every Halloween, it pops up on the shelves at your local Walmart every year. But there's a collection where all of the original Universal horror films and all of their sequels in one, box set. And I used to have all of them. Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, blah, blah, blah. And if you watch all of them and actually follow, there is a thread that follows the storyline throughout. And in a lot of ways, it is Lon Chaney Jr. that ties them all together. But when you put Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein in there, it fits. It works. It's perfect. Gremlins! Yes, 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 yes. What's up, Erica? Fraud or Free Tuesday. All right. The Breakfast Club. Yeah. Don't you forget about me. Oh, My Name is Nobody with Henry Fonda. The last movie I saw in the cinema was Lord of the Flies. Wow. Has been a minute. Yeah. Like I say, I go every Tuesday. Well, except I don't think I'm going tonight. I have The Creature of the Black Lagoon collection on Blu-ray. All right. See, I have issues with some of those. Like, okay, so when it comes to older movies, a movie like 2001: A Space Odyssey, I'm all about the 4K for that. But even Blu-ray, like, there's certain movies, especially older ones, where Blu-rays kind of take away from the movie a little bit. And the reason I say that is that when you're filming things back in those days, knowing the definition it's going to be in, there was no high or low definition or whatever, but it was based on the film stock you were using. And, what kind of crystals, like the way the TVs have pixels, actual movie film has crystals. And the higher the number, the more crystals, the more clear the image. Same thing with the TVs nowadays. The higher the number, the more pixels, the clearer the image. So if you were filming a movie and your film stock was like 35, right? Or whatever, the 35 was pretty much the standard. That didn't have, well, there are differences in the size of the crystals too. But the point is, when you make a movie like that in that type of definition or whatever they would use at that time, there are certain things that you would let go because nobody is ever going to actually be able to see that in the movie. Now we transfer it to Blu-ray, upgrade the definition even higher, and now you can see the creases in the rubber suit. You can see the little holes in the top with the bubbles coming out even more. You can see, like, you know, whatever it is, like all the flaws in the movie that you couldn't, like, you physically couldn't see them in the original film. Once you upgrade it to Blu-ray, stand out like a sore thumb. So it depends on the movie. You know, like I said, you get a movie that was shot on really, really high-end film stock with really, really tiny crystals, that's going to look fantastic in high def or in 4K. You know, like 2001 or The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. You know, stuff like that looks amazing when you get it in high def. But some of these movies, you just see the makeup lines on their face more. You know, and just all the flaws show up more. 12 Angry Men is a classic among classics. The Andromeda Strain's a good one. The Shining and Last House on the Left. Yep. That's why all the wires and stuff they used are now visible. Right, exactly. Exactly. You watch a lot of old special effects that even at the time they might not have been great, but you watch it in high def and it's like, oh, yeah, there it is. Nosferatu. All right. I'm looking forward to the remake of Nosferatu. Oh, man, Robert Eggers. I'm a big Robert Eggers fan. His movies, you talk about speaking the language of cinema. This guy is like writing his own book about it. Like, he's taking it to a completely different place. And I love that. And he just seems like, if you're going to do a remake of Nosferatu, he just seems like the right guy to do it. All right, Edward, here's another thing. They call it closing the gate. And in a lot of movies, yes, there are a lot of movies where you can see the boom mic and it's a mistake. But a lot of movies, when you show them in the theater, when you have the film loaded in the projector, there's like these two little pieces that slide at the top and bottom of the projector. That's the gate. And when you close the gate in a lot of those old movies, that hides the boom mic. And that's why they didn't care that they left it in, because they know when you watch it in the theater, the projectionist is going to close the gate and you're not going to see it. But then when they transfer it to DVD and they just pull it straight from the film to the DVD, then it's got all that extra room that was supposed to be cut off when you watch it in the theater. And you see those boom mics. What's up, D-Boss? Good to see you. I heard they're remaking Roadhouse. Why? Because they're remaking everything right now. Weekend at Bernie's. Oh, yeah. Today is NCR's birthday. Happy birthday, NCR News Network. All right. Also, love all the Elvis movies. Viva Las Vegas. All right. I miss being a movie theater manager so much. Oh, man, that must be great, being able to watch all the movies for frizzle, for free. Oh, man. Imagine Plan 9 from Outer Space in high def. No, you could already see the wires. I had my time when I went through my Ed Wood kick as well. It didn't last very long because there's not much there, but Plan 9 from Outer Space is definitely a classic among classics as far as bad movies go. News Now Enemy dropping a like, got you on in the background, park a car to drive back to Hotlanta. Thank you for joining us. iKiss is here. All right. Edward Cavalier is talking about the cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. The one with Anne Margaret I watched a few weeks ago down the Ray. Can't remember the title. Yeah, Elvis getting funky with Anne Margaret when they do that big dance number. That was cool. Silent Running is one of my favorite old sci-fi movies. Glenn or Glenda. You talk about a movie with a slow pace. The first time I watched Glenn or Glenda, I was watching it, I would say I was probably maybe 45 minutes into it when I looked at the clock and realized it hadn't even been 10. That movie is so slow paced. I think watching paint dry actually goes quicker. Johnny Depp played Ed Wood. That movie was great. Ed Wood. High anxiety. Yep. Hey, Graham, talk about Metropolis. I don't know if you, they recently found a whole nother reel that had been missing forever and oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you want somebody to love. Let me tell you about Metropolis, man. They found a reel and edited it back into the film, and it actually changed the storyline. It was a significant reel. So if you haven't seen it, or if you're a fan of that movie and the last time you saw it was before they found that reel, I highly recommend watching it again with that reel added because it changes some very important story arc points. Pizza or YouTube says you're not allowed to speak of the missing reel. Oh yeah. Gone with the Wind, another long one, absolutely. What was I gonna say? Wait, highway style post a little closer to the movie. You're back. Pineapple, please. Oh, pizza with pine. Oh, you were talking about pineapple pizza. I thought for a second you were talking about Pineapple Express. I'm like, oh yeah. Okay, that reminds me. Just recently, I had a conversation because we had the Pineapple Express weather system come through here a few days ago, and Hazel Mom was trying to tell me about it, but I thought she was talking about the movie. So she's like, I don't remember exactly what she was saying, but again, because I didn't know what she was talking about, I assumed she was talking about the movie. So she's like, but yeah, but what about this? I'm like, what does that have to do with a couple of idiots trying to sell weed? Like, I don't understand. She's like, what are you talking about? People selling weed. What does that have to do with Pineapple Express? I'm like, that's what it's about. It's a comedy. It's like, oh, these two idiots are trying to sell some reefer. I mean, it's Pineapple Express. She's like, what are you like? We both are trying to figure out what the heck the other one was talking about until I realized it was the name of the weather system. It's like the missing Bugsing in King Kong. It would be cool if they found it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that they'll never find, unfortunately. But you never know. You can't say never. You know, there's always that somebody somewhere in Hollywood that's got a copy of that locked up somewhere. Maybe they don't even know it's in there. Maybe they passed away and by now it's their grandchildren or great-grandchildren that just have that room in the back with all that old stuff that they never touch, that someday someone's going to dig through and find and be, whoa, because that's how they uncover a lot of this stuff. So who knows? Maybe one of these days, we'll find the lost Lon Chaney vampire film, London After Midnight. I doubt it. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. No. No. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Day of the Triffids. The Trouble with Tribbles. Peter Cushing is Doctor Who. That'll work. Hey, they finally found the red slippers. The thief gave them back. I heard about that. Yep. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I don't think that's PC now, is it? I don't know. I mean, you mean the original? Man, that Hardware Wars. Yes, I remember Hardware Wars. Absolutely. I used to love that when I was little. Katie said I'm late, but wanted to say hi. What's up, Katie? Good to see you. Is Ray here today? No, she had to take the day off. She wasn't feeling good. But, of course, like I said earlier, anything she needs, I'm more than happy to, hey, whatever you need, go ahead. No problem. It's all good. We love Ray. Round of applause for Ray. I'm allergic to tomatoes. Oh, no. Well, then the Killer Tomatoes from Attack of the Killer Tomatoes would really get you. A great new film is Bullet Train. It reminded me of Lock, Stock with Multiple Stories. Oh, all right. Yeah. Bullet Train. Okay, I got to check that out. Take the last train to Clarksville and I'll meet you at the station. We'll be there by 4:30. Hey, Young Frankenstein. Yeah, we were talking about Mel Brooks earlier. Josh Gad is going to play him in a live-action Hunchback of Notre Dame movie. So Josh Gad is going to play... Oh, the oh, don't tell me. Dang nabbit. Starts with an O, right? The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I was thinking of Lon Chaney, the original, and then I remember the cartoon. But then what was the Hunchback's name? Let's see. Give Ray a raise then. All right, that's a good idea. Let's see. There is a Doctor Who movie where Peter Cushing plays the Doctor. Oh, all right, cool. I need to check that out. Nightman's Wife, American Werewolf in London. Oh, yeah, another classic. What's weird about American Werewolf in London is that's another one that came out when I was relatively young. So I actually saw it as a legitimate horror film. And then one day they were showing it on Comedy Central. Or I guess at the time, the Comedy Channel. Quasimodo! Thank you. Yes. Bullet Train with Brad Pitt. Oh, all right. The Fly. You're talking about the remake of The Fly, right? With Jeff Goldblum, not the original with Vincent Price. I wanted to avoid spelling Quasimodo. Charles Lawton as the Hunchback. It's a classic story. It's the classic story of Beauty and the Beast, right? All right. Wolfen. That was another good one. March 1st. So, Mr. Fox, I don't know if you caught it earlier. I was talking about how last Tuesday was the first time I saw Dune 1, the new Dune. And it was great because since Dune 2 is coming out, they re-released it in the theater. So I got to see it on the big screen. So now I'm all excited for Dune 2 because I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. Salem's Lot, all right. Silver Bullet. That's the way you get them werewolves, man. Blazing Saddles. A lot of votes for Blazing Saddles today. Gangster chart music and art with Fight Club. All right. I never liked the Dune books, but I did like the last movie. It was really good. It was really good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the second one. I hope it keeps up the momentum of the first one. Apparently, it was filmed a long time ago. I mean, it's been 3 years. Erica, is Ray here today? No, Ray needed a day off. She's under the weather and all that. But again, we love Ray. So anything she needs, I'm more than happy. Like, go ahead, take a day off, get some rest, do whatever you got to do. She did say that she's going to be back tomorrow. So hopefully everything will be fine and she'll be here. Another round of applause for the amazing, the gorgeous, the fantastic Ray. All right, Ray. Yes. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. All right. Are we just naming movies over here? I don't know, Katie. Like I said, in the description and stuff, I wanted to just take a day off for fathers and talk about like music and movies. The idea was just stuff that we're into, and people started just naming movies, and then it was like, whoa, okay, right on, let's go with it. And it's been working. I mean, we've been here 2.5 hours, and it's going great. The Shining, yep, that's another one that's been mentioned several times. When they hit one that I know a lot of little facts about, I start getting into it. Prayer for Ray, absolutely. She's working too hard. That's the thing, too. You guys got to remember, in her time zone, she's waking up at like 2, 3 in the morning to get ready to be here on time to do the show every day. So absolutely, Ray deserves a day off. Absolutely. $2 for Big Woke. Voodoo needs a huge tickling courtesy of Baby Voodoo. Oh, no. There's another vote for Alien. Memento, that was a great movie. I actually like that a lot. We name movies and Hez reacts. Yep. All right, the tickling thing's getting a little funky with the monkey, but we could go ahead and we could do something with that.
Oh, of course it figures Big Bark's the one who's going to want something done to me. I got stabbed like 2 hours ago, and then I thought I was off the hook. Because I'll tell you a secret, guys, that I know that you don't. Hez has to go to the bathroom real bad, so he's probably going to wrap up the show soon. And, it's because I put laxatives in his coffee. Don't say anything. Hey, now, what is this you're talking about tickling? That doesn't work. What are you? Hi! Mrs. Ray, Mrs. Pretty Lady, if you're watching, I love you very much and I miss you, and I can't wait till you come back. And I love you guys all watching the show today. You're the best fans in the world. And now I'm going to get my daddy, but I've got a special way to tickle him. Hold on. This is going to be great. You guys are going to love this. If I can do it. I'm trying. Okay, look, guys. I got my special tickling tool. You see that? That's 2 needles. Yeah, I'm gonna tickle him with those. Daddy! What? Oh, Big Bark said I need to tickle you. Tickle? Oh, so what? Ow! That doesn't tickle! Ow! No! Thank you guys! Love you guys! Love you, Ray! Bye! Hez, what the heck did you let him do that for? Ow!
The original Blade Runner, Rutger Hauer's Roy Batty speech at the end. Yes! That is one of the best scenes in a science fiction movie. And so many things with, so many things with the original Blade Runner, and especially like that speech at the end. But the thing with Blade Runner, and this is important, is there's a lot of different versions flying around out there. So you really kind of have to pick and choose, because if you watch the wrong one and it's the first time you see it and you don't like it, there's a possibility that maybe you didn't like it because you watched the wrong version. they have like with the Harrison Ford's narration, but that was added later because I guess apparently the studio thought the audience would be too stupid to understand what they were looking at, so they thought they had to shove in a narration to explain everything to everyone. So that was unnecessary, but some people like the narration because the things he's saying do flesh, like it's not like they just threw in some random crap for him to babble about. Like, no, it does fit within the film. So, you know, there's I have the director's cut. That's the one. That final speech was ad-lib. That final speech was brilliant, and it shows an understanding of the character. That's one of the things. A lot of ad-lib stuff really comes down to how well the actor understands the character they're playing. One of the most famous ad-lib lines of all time: Princess Leia, I love you. Han Solo, I know. Like, he was supposed to say, I love you too. And Harrison Ford's like, that's not what Han would say. Because he understood the character that deeply that he's like, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, yeah, I know. I like movies like The Final Countdown, The Langoliers, and The Philadelphia Experiment. Great stuff. Great stuff. Harrison Ford on Air Force One. Get off my plane. The one without the narration. Yep. Katie Zed still gets freaked out by the Langoliers. I saw it in the theater, so I saw it with the narration. Yep. Or I guess it depends on if you liked it or not. But yeah, that's a great movie. That's a classic of all classics. Anyway, guys, we're 2.5 hours in, and like Voodoo was saying, apparently he must have put some laxatives in my coffee or something. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. This was a lot of fun. I enjoyed this. If you guys enjoy this, definitely let me know. Maybe put something in the comments, under this video, saying that you'd like to make this a regular thing on Tuesdays, take a day off from the frauditor stuff and all that. Who knows? It's all good. We all know that the fighting sword scene in Raiders was ad-libbed. Yes, that was brilliant. The guy comes out with a sword. He's supposed to pull out his whip and have all this fancy stuff going on. But he's like, I got a gun. So he just thinks that's what he would do if he had a gun. He wouldn't sit there and get in a big 20-minute fight. Ancient Char likes the format. Amy D likes it. Little Chihuahua likes it. All right. Anyway, that's awesome. Your guys are awesome. Your guys are awesome. My guys are awesome. You're all awesome. Awesome sandwich sauce. Frauditor Free Tuesday works for me. Let's do this again. All right. I love it that you love it. This is fantastic. This is going to be, you know what? That's it, guys. I think this is going to become a regular thing. Why not? It was a lot of fun. And I like being able to just chillax as well. And just actually, like sit and have a conversation with you guys. It's fun. Round of applause for you guys, best fans in the world. Round of applause for the amazing, the gorgeous, the fantastic Ray Ray. Let's throw in a happy dance for Big Bork Little Bite. Thank you so much for the 2. All right, yes. I think you guys might see this little hat poking out, which means that it's almost time. We're going to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me once again. I love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. Oh, yeah. Mouse.
Hey, everybody.
Bye.